Welcome back, Nickland's Comic Corner Classics, less known classics. This is episode number 1563 and Doubleshot number 1557. Now, these two trades are published by DC, but under the Black Label imprint, the successor to the Vertigo imprint. First up is Harleen. Yes. Now, this collects the 3-issue miniseries written and drawn by Stjepan Sejic. Yes, the person behind Sunstone. Yes, the series of, I think it's 6 or 7 original graphic novels that's about lesbian bondage. Yes, and this is the second thing I reviewed by this person because, well, actually could be the third because I reviewed some stuff, some of his work for Aquaman. Excuse me. This is basically a take on, like, Harley Quinn before she becomes the clown Harley Quinn, which she's a psychiatrist working for Arkham Asylum. And we also have her first meeting in, this book, her first time she met the Joker. And she also has an interview, because of course she goes through, like, they call her basically Doc Harley. That's what one of the security guards calls her in the book. When she meets with Hugo Strange. Yes, Hugo Strange is apparently the head of the Arkham Institute at this point, despite the fact it's normally headed by Dr. Jeremiah Arkham. That's usually, a lot of the time, not usually headed by Hugo Strange for a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. So, he gives her permission to interview patients. I mean, she was a Joker, which that goes, how typically that goes through. Here's something I thought was quite interesting. Okay, she had an interview with Poison Ivy where there was hints in there based upon the dialogue and based on her blushing afterwards that there was hints of Harley Quinn's bisexuality, which has been thoroughly been explored over the years because Harley Quinn is bisexual. Because at one point she loved the Joker and she also loves Poison Ivy. Yes, as far as I can tell, Poison Ivy is the only woman she's ever been interested in sexually. That's normally has been depicted. And this is also kind of something a Paul Dini set up for Harley Quinn. She's not a full-blown lesbian, because she likes guys too. So that's the thing with Harley Quinn. Her and Poison Ivy are both bisexual. And Catwoman at one point was bisexual, but nothing was done with that. Seriously, nothing. And she also interviewed with Harvey Dent before he became Two-Face. And later in the book, he does become Two-Face. When he decides to do basically a full-blown attack on Arkham Asylum. The reason being is because of the Joker. Yes, that is seriously the reason for that. Also, they have one point in the book where, get this, I think it was in the final issue, Harley and Joker have sex. Which makes this the second book ever to depict Harley Quinn and the Joker having sex. The earlier book that did this besides this one was Batman White Knight. Yep, this is the second one I reviewed where it had that. Mm-hmm. Though it wasn't like full graphic sex per se, but yeah, they had sex. So what? Harley Quinn's hot. So what guy would not want to sleep with her? That's just my thing anyways, because Harley Quinn is one of my first favorite female characters at DC. And this book is just really good. I got handed to the writer and artist of this book. I'm surprised this was just a 3-issue miniseries. Based on this book ended, you could turn this to an ongoing series because this was so good. I give this a 10 out of 10 because it's just so freaking good. Yeah.
Next year I just sent Henry an email, CC'd you and Alex. Who knows when they're going to get back to us.
Okay.
Here's your stuff for that. Hold on to that bill, don't lose it.
Okay. Alright, next up is also from the Black Label imprint, but from the Joe Hill Library. Joe Hill has nothing to do with this book, but it's from his line of books that... This is a comic book that's set in the universe that Joe Hill set up, thanks to Black Label. And here's the thing about Joe Hill. Joe Hill, in case you know who the guy is, he's the son of Stephen King. It is well documented he is the son of Stephen King. He probably took the name Hill just so he can basically make success on his own, despite the fact people know he's the son of Stephen King. And his brother is also a writer too. His brother's named King, just like his father. And he took the family name just to make a name off himself. But Joe Hill, on the other hand, probably took the name Hill just so he could make a name on his own. And he has worked with his father constantly over the years. So, despite that, the guy is a very good writer. This book, nothing to do with Joe Hill. Excuse me, writing bias anyways. But this was a line of book. This is the 6-issue miniseries. Yes, 6-issue miniseries known as The Low-Lie Woods. This is written by... excuse me. This is written by Carmen Marina Mancino and art by Danny. That's the name of the artist. These two are the creator of this particular book. And the cover artist is J.A.W. Cooper. Well, does issue 1. The cover artist of this trade is Sam Wolf Conley. It's just basically a horror story that just happens to fit with the main characters of this book are a lesbian couple. Do I have a problem with that? No. As a matter of fact, that's actually quite unique because as far as I can tell when it comes to couples in horror stories, a lot of the time, the ones I've seen anyways, have generally depicted a man and woman couple. But a lesbian couple, that's different. I at least got to praise the writer for doing something different for a change. I mean, unless somebody can list off another piece of fiction where it's a horror story and where the leads are lesbians besides this book, please limit comments below. And it's just a really good book. Not really much else to say about The Low-Lie Woods. It's just a really good horror story. Total, of course, 6 issues. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Just really good. I know I'm not really showing much for artwork per se, because here's the back cover for the book. Let me show off the interior in here. And yes, there are swearing in this book. Lots of swearing. Because Black Label, it's adult. Yes, before I close this video out, I should probably show the artwork for this one too. Harleen. Besides just showing off the cover. Yes. Now, I kind of think this over Harleen. This book should get a follow-up because this was so good. Yep. Oh, and here's something interesting though. For Harley Quinn, under the Black Label, I believe there's still like one book left. Let's see here. Yes, I believe there's still, I believe there's still one left. Let's see. Yes, there is still one left to go, and that's Joker / Harley Criminal Sanity. Yeah, that's the only other Harley Quinn Black Label book that there is. For her main book series, however, for the first volume, there is one trade left to go for that one. And aside from that one trade, excuse me, there's also the first trade, the collected issue from the current volume for the series that actually has been released in a few months. Yes. There's also the various other trades, besides, of course, the one Black Label one. There is Batman Harley Quinn, Batman Harley Quinn Ivy, Batman Mad Love and Other Stories. Let's see. There is also, I think, Old Lady Harley, Harley and I Meet Veronica, and that's it. There's just a handful of trades left. There's like, officially, that have been released. 1, 2, 3. I can probably count this as 4, 5, 6. I'd say about 7 more trades left to go for Harley Quinn. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. Once I finish these 7 trades that have been out anyways, that would be pretty much it until whenever they release another series of trades for for Harley. Yep. Okay, so that's it for particular review. Next one, another comic corner, okay? Next video. Bye.